Hi everyone, it's Hayley. Welcome to Emposia Book Club. Today I have 5 coming of age books that you will find relatable. So the first book that I have is How to Make a Wish by Ashley Herring Blake. This is actually a sapphic YA contemporary romance book. It follows Grace, who is 17 years old. She's emotionally trapped by her unreliable mother, and she focuses all her energy onto an audition in New York so that she can get into a music school and escape this tumultuous life she has at home. However, things change when Grace meets a girl named Eva, who is also trying to outrun her own grief-stricken life. Grace learns to open up more, and she discovers feelings and parts of herself that she never knew she had before. As both girls are united by loss, they must figure out how to grow together and navigate the toughest parts of life. I really love this book because it deals with tough things such as grief, loss of a parent, as well as really difficult relationships, whether it be friendship or with parents. I love reading about Grace discovering her own sexuality and growing close to another girl, and it was just a really cute romance. Yeah, it's just a really sweet, comforting read, but it does deal with really tough things as well that I think a lot of people experience in life and might be able to see themselves in. Definitely recommend this book. It's one of my favorite romance books of all time. It's so cute. It's such a quick read. You will absolutely love it. So the next book I have is Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. This book is actually one of my favorite books of all time. It is another contemporary book. It does have romance in it, but romance is not the main thing. It mostly focuses on the main character, Grace, who is really struggling to kind of find her place in life and figure out what she really wants in her future. The book follows Grace Porter, who has a drunken night in Vegas and ends up married to a woman who is a complete stranger. This moment forces her to diverge from the path that her very strict ex-military father has always had set out for her. Grace really struggles with the anxieties surrounding her identity, her confidence in her own future, while trying to figure out what she wants versus what her father wants in life. I find that this book would be really relatable for college students specifically, or people who are out of college and really wanting to know how to take the next steps in their life. I've personally found this book to be very relatable because it does deal really well with mental health and facing burnout. Sometimes books, they always talk about like people having goals and really striving for those goals, but they never really talk about the consequences that come from working yourself too hard. And this book really deals well with how to build yourself back up after really tough moments in life. And I just really love the way that this book depicts mental health and platonic soulmate relationships. It's just so beautiful, and the sapphic relationship in this book is also amazing. It's really such a powerful book. All right, so the next book that I have is With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. This book is a YA contemporary, and it follows teenager Amani, who is balancing a lot of different responsibilities in her life, like especially at her young age. She's only a senior in high school. She's balancing a job, her last year of school, trying to apply for college, trying to find another job, as well as trying to raise money for her culinary class so that she can go on a trip with them to Spain. And on top of that, she is a mother to a 2-year-old daughter. So she has a lot going on in life. The reason why I picked this book specifically for this topic is because switching from high school and going to college is like such a huge transition for so many people. And I feel like sometimes books don't always show like the full side of what goes into getting ready for college, not just the application process, but also like mentally preparing yourself to like leave your family. And I think that this book does a really great job of showing that. And I really feel like Amani's determination throughout this book shows that you can really achieve anything no matter how hard you work. The plot of this book isn't anything super intricate or extreme or elaborate, but that just makes every little moment in life that much more special and that much more hard-hitting. The descriptions of food will literally have your mouth watering, and Amani is just a lovable, caring character that is so much fun to read. So the next book I have is a fantasy book for those who are not super into contemporary or just want a break from reading contemporary, and that book is Fireheart Tiger by Aliette Dobard. So Fireheart Tiger is a sapphic romantic fantasy novella that deals with princesses in love, mysterious magic, and high-stake politics. This book follows our main character Tong, who is a princess in training to become a diplomat. The drama really begins when she must face off against her previous previous lover across a negotiation table. While Ta is determined to make a political arrangement that will satisfy her family, keep them happy, as well as settle the kingdoms, she must also face how her past is haunted by a mysterious magical fire that devastated her home. So this is a really short novella, but the story deals with an insane amount of growth. The main character, Tom, must work under the pressure of her overbearing mother in order to prove herself as a worthy diplomat for their kingdom and their family. She also must come to terms with what she truly wants in order to shape her own fate. I think that this story does a great deal of showing autonomy and growth in such a short amount of pages, and I think a lot of people who are struggling to kind of prove themselves and build their own self-confidence might relate to this book. So the next book I have is Such a Fun Age by Kiley Reid. This book is another contemporary book. It deals with the complicated reality of being a Black woman surrounded by whiteness, as well as just the complicated reality of growing into adulthood. So this book follows Amira, who is rather aimless and in serious need of money. So she ends up working for a white family as a nanny, but ultimately she's very uninspired for what to do for the rest of her life. When she gets confronted by a security guard who is very suspicious of seeing a young Black woman with a white little girl at a very high-end supermarket, Amira's life is thrown into chaos. This moment of extreme racial tension really throws Amira's life into perspective, and she is forced to take action and assume control over her own fate and her own life. It doesn't only show the liberation that comes with like living on your own or just having your own time, do what you want, but it also shows the hardships that come with being new to adulthood, not knowing what to do, not just with your current life, but also what you should strive for the future. So I think that this book will be really relatable to people that are in that stage of life. I did really enjoy all of these books, and I hope that if you decide to give these books a try, that you enjoy them as well. Leave a comment down below letting me know which book you are the most interested in reading. And remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time in another Emposia video. Bye.